on 97.4 and 97.6 FM.
This is Radio
Sri Lanka.
You are the nation's strength, you are the nation's future. Let's rise with the spirit of success.
In line with the government's development program to uplift the nation, People's Bank introduces the Business Power Loan Scheme to empower small and medium enterprises. Visit your nearest People's Bank for more details.
Let's rise with the spirit of success.
In a few moments, the news.
People's Bank introduces the Business Power Loan Scheme to empower small and medium enterprises.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
It's precisely 6:15. This is the news on Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Edited by Lal Malavarachi, read by Sabrina Zawahir. The headlines. Over 15,620 suspects have been arrested in connection with drug-related offences during past 3 months. The 70th annual report of the Central Bank was debated in Parliament today. The Sri Lanka Navy and other disaster managing teams are still active to contain the blaze in the oil tanker MT New Diamond. The European Union will provide €4.9 million to boost Sri Lanka's tourism industry. And in news from overseas, China says Indian troops fired provocative shots in border dispute. The local news now in detail. Police said over 190 kilograms of heroin and 1,019 kilograms of cannabis have been taken into custody by the raids that were carried out from the month of June to yesterday. Police media spokesman SSP Jalia Senaratne said over 15,620 suspects have been arrested for in connection with drug-related offences. Police have also seized over 700,000 litres of illicit liquor and over 33,000 suspects have been arrested during the said period. Police further said that a special operation was conducted on the instructions of Western Province Senior DIG Deshabandhu Thenakun yesterday in the Western Province. Raids will be carried out in the coming days as well, targeting those who use drugs and illicit liquor. The 70th annual report of the Central Bank was debated in Parliament today. Joining the debate, State Minister of Finance Ajit Nivad Cabral said the government has introduced a local policy-based program to revive the corona-hit economy. The government is able to strengthen the disaster-hit economy within the next few years. Minister Johnston Fernando said that the President and the government have taken maximum measures to regenerate the economy. Meanwhile, Premalal Jayasekara, who was sentenced to death and is imprisoned, has taken oaths as a Member of Parliament this afternoon. The Parliament will meet again at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Disaster management operations continue attempts to suppress the fire aboard the MT New Diamond that reignited due to adverse weather. The Air Force is still carrying out airdrops of dry chemical powder to control the blaze. Ships, aircraft and tugs belong to the Sri Lanka Navy, Sri Lanka Air Force, Indian Navy, Indian Coast Guard and other stakeholders are also involved in suppressing the fire. The Sri Lanka Navy and other disaster managing teams following the expert advice are also active in close coordination to contain the blaze that developed again. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka Navy has brought 20 crew members of the crude oil tanker MT New Diamond to the Hambantota port. This news is brought to you by Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
People's Bank introduces the Business Power Loan Scheme to empower small and medium enterprises.
Continuing local news, A proposal to ban butchering of cows in the country has been approved by the parliamentary group of the ruling party. A parliamentary group meeting of the governing party was held at the parliamentary premises this morning. The proposal has been submitted at the meeting by Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. Accordingly, beef has to be imported from other countries instead of butchering cows for beef within the country. Minister of State for Rural Roads Nima Lanza says that the President has instructed to alleviate traffic congestion at identified locations in Colombo. The minister stated this while participating in the carpeting and development in Imbulgoda in Gampaha recently. Accordingly, flyovers will be constructed at Colombo Scouts Lane, Akbar Mawatha and Uttarananda Mawatha at railway crossings to ease traffic congestion. Flyovers will assist in easing traffic congestion in Kohuala. Also, steps are being taken to construct an airstrip of about 6 kilometers from near the Kalania Bridge to Rajagiriya. The aim of the government is to alleviate the traffic congestion faced by people visiting Colombo. That concludes local news.
Let's rise with the spirit of success.
In line with the government's development program to uplift the nation, People's Bank introduces the Business Power Loan Scheme to empower small and medium enterprises.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The European Union has decided to provide a grant of 4.9 million euros to boost Sri Lanka's tourism industry hit by the COVID-19 pandemic and calls on Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority to provide relevant proposals soon. The request was made at a meeting held between EU Ambassador in Sri Lanka Dennis Chabe, Tourism Minister Prasanna Ranatunga and SLTDA Chairperson Kirmali Fernando recently. Commending the government's proactive measures taken to contain the spread of the COVID-19 in Sri Lanka, the EU ambassador said the decision to grant 4.9 million euros will be made in support to boost the tourism industry impacted by the pandemic. Expressing gratitude on behalf of the Sri Lanka government, Minister Ranatunga called on the SLTDA authorities to take immediate actions to enhance the industry in the future. That came to you in our main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
In Watchlight, the All Ceylon Bakery Owners Association requests approval to import eggs as a temporary solution to increased prices. ACBOA Chairman N.K. Jawadana says they are not satisfied with the price reduction announced recently, given that current wholesale prices are 22 rupees when they used to be as low as 10 rupees. They request the President, Prime Minister and Finance Minister to take measures to reduce the price of eggs further. That came to you in Watchlight. Foreign news follows.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
People's Leasing, the trusted leader. From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
The headlines of the world news. China says Indian troops fired provocative shots in border dispute. Belarus opposition leader was detained at Ukraine border. Wildfires burned through record area in California as blazes continue to spread. The world news in detail. China has accused Indian troops of illegally crossing a disputed Himalayan border and firing provocative warning shots at patrolling soldiers. China's military said its soldiers were forced to take countermeasures, though it is not clear what they were. India rejected the allegations and accused Chinese troops of firing in the air during the face-off in the high-altitude Ladakh region. Relations between the countries have steadily deteriorated in recent months. A Belarus opposition leader has reportedly been detained at the border with Ukraine the day after her disappearance. State media report that Maria Kaleniskov was held at the border early on Tuesday morning. It comes the day after witnesses reportedly saw masked men bundle her into a minibus. She is one of the 3 women who joined forces to challenge President Alexander Lukashenko in August's election. Wildfires have burned through a record number of acres in California this year as firefighters continue to battle several large blazes across the state. The state's Department of Forestry and Fire Protection, CAL-FIRE, says more than 2 million acres have burned, more than the size of Delaware. One fire, El Dorado, which has spread over 7,000 acres, was started by a gender reveal party, officials say. California is currently experiencing a record heat wave. That ends world news and the headlines of the foreign news once again. China says Indian troops fired provocative shots in border dispute. Belarus opposition leader was detained at Ukraine border. Wildfires burned through record area in California as blazes continue to spread. That concludes world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
People's Leasing, the trusted leader. From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
In development news, the BMICH hosted its first exhibition since the lockdown, signifying an important milestone in the Restart Sri Lanka journey. The exhibition, Kadala Homemaker Expo, held from August 14 to 16, attracted over 20,000 visitors on the 3 days, signifying Sri Lanka's return to the new normalcy and public confidence in the successful handling of the pandemic by the government and its agencies. Sunil Dissanayake, Chief Executive BMICH, said that they are delighted to have hosted the first exhibition since the lockdown amid stringent health safety measures implemented by BMICH in consultation with health and other relevant authorities to ensure a health safety environment for the visitors, exhibitors and staff. That ends development news. Next up is sports news. Taking a look at the sports news, H.M. Sisira Kumara was re-elected president of the Sri Lanka Karate Do Federation at their annual general meeting held at the Sports Ministry recently. There were 10 nominations for the top post, but Sisira Kumara was elected by a majority of 265 votes. The elections were conducted by the election committee headed by retired High Court Judge Vimal Nambuwasam. That was a look at sports news. Business news follows.
The wait is over and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSB Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSB Wings. Recharge the high goal.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Taking a look at the business news, Sri Lanka rupee was quoted stronger 184.35 to 45 cents against the US dollar today, while bond yields came down in short tenures, dealers said. The rupee ended at 184.65 to 80 cents against the greenback yesterday. That ends business news.
The wait is over, and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSB Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSB Wings. Recharge the high goal.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Hello, Puta, did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
In economic news, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has ordered a 15% tax on gold to be removed to reduce the costs of the jewellery industry. The President's office said in a statement that the President pointed out the necessity of removing relevant taxes immediately and to take steps to uplift the gem and jewellery industry. That came to you in economic news.
Congratulations on your promotion. Heard you gave a treat for everyone in your department yesterday.
Yeah.
It will be our treat, huh?
Well, how about today?
Oh no, I was just joking. We'll have a party with your new salary.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Weather report was sponsored by
CIB Janajaya Vasana 15th stage draw commenced 24th August to 13th September. Discounts up to 40%. Come today to CIB.
Showers will occur at times in western, Sabragamua, central and northwestern provinces and in Gaul and Mathura districts, says the Met Department. Fairly heavy falls, about 50 millimeters, are likely at some places. That was the weather report.
Weather report was sponsored by
CIB Janajaya Vasana 15th stage draw commenced 24th August to 13th September. Discounts up to 40%. Come today to CIB.
Prior to concluding the news, the headlines once again. Over 15,620 suspects have been arrested in connection with drug-related offences during past 3 months. The 70th annual report of the central bank was debated in Parliament today. The Sri Lanka Navy and other disaster managing teams are still active to contain the blaze in the oil tanker MT New Diamond. The European Union will provide €4.9 million to boost Sri Lanka's tourism industry.